Welcome back YouTube, Tutor UK, Tales from the Booter.
No man, Persian or Greek, no man threatens a messenger.
You bring the crowns and heads of conquered kings to my city steps. You insult my queen. You threaten my people with slavery and death. Oh, I've chosen my words carefully, Persian. Perhaps you should have done the same.
This is blasphemy. This is madness.
This is booting.
We're back on it again this week, back on the booting trail, and a nice retro haul, really nice, and some absolute stonking CEX fodder as well. Sadly, nothing to keep, nothing to add to the collection, but can happen every week. You'll probably see a discrepancy. Didn't go last week, so we weren't booting last week. Funds were, as I mentioned in the last vid, a little bit tight. Payday week, so we're a little bit more cash rich. Managed to convince my mate Ryan to trundle along. I think it was worth it. It's definitely worth it for me. I think Ryan did okay. Not as good as he probably would have wanted. Obviously the season is winding out. I mean, this weather, for those in the UK, it's fucking, what date are we on? It's the 2nd of September. And it's 33 in here. It's the door shut now. It's going to be another warm one. Ridiculously warm for this time of year. So the boots are still trundling on, you know. Can't say fair enough. And I tell you what, it started off fast and furious, and I thought, well, this is going to be a great day, and it just sort of just tapered off. Then just stopped. The cars stopped coming in. So for me, I had a really good day. I say just in terms of CEX fodder, some nice retro. But I think, you know, like I said, nothing to add to the collection, unfortunately. So yeah. But it's nice to get some CEX credit built up as well. Right, so first off the bat, actually I'm going to leave the stuff that I got first till last, because it's probably a better single purchase. With hindsight, I could have bought more, but literally he was like the second row, and I just didn't want to spunk on them anyway. I'll come to that story at the end anyway. So again, what I'm going to probably do is just do the CEX fodder, and that way I can show you you know, a total. Nothing flash like I mentioned before, like Lewis does, but there's nothing here that I can show you all this together. It's not too much of an issue. So in no particular order, but each one's got a little story of its own. Two young girls, young women. I've got any game stuff. Yes, I've got a DS and some Wii titles. Now, she had like a pink DS as well. Pulled out 2 titles and 1 Wii game, and I sort of said how much. She went, well, make me an offer. So I'm just thinking like £1 a game. So I had 3 games, and I sort of said £4. She went, what, for all 3 of them? I was like, yeah. She was like, oh no, I want like something stupid like £12. And I was like, okay. So I put the Wii game down. I think it was Animal Crossing. I said, what about these 2? What about £5? She went 7. And I said, I'll make you in the middle 6. She said, okay, 6. So for £6, still a good buy, honestly. Animal Crossing, Wild World, and New Super Mario Bros. So it's, that's like £8, and that's a tenner, I think. All of this that I'm going to show you, the fodder, I think comes to £120 trading. So we got £6 there. Next up was a random one, 50p, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. Again, £3 or £4 on that, I think. This is one everyone's looking out for. I missed out on a copy. The woman, I think, was a reseller. Well, she must have been, because she knew exactly what it was. As soon as I pulled it out of the box, she went, oh, that one. This is going for £13 now. Probably every man and his dog knows this. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So I managed to bag that for £1. That's 13 squids. Couple of nice current gen purchases. The woman wanted, I think she wanted £5 a game. So would you do 3? She said yeah. So £3 I got the PS4 version of Ratchet and Clank, and for £2, yeah, because I bought this with something else. This is not gaming related, and that was £3, and this was £2. The South Park, the Fractured But Whole. Again, I think both those are tenner-ish. 50p each on these, absolute bargain. Simpsons again, and Mario Sonic London Olympics. Again, this off a girl who had a little pile of games. That was off a lady had a load of DVDs. She did have some PS3 stuff, but there was nothing there that I really fancied. And that was just off a random stall. The woman had a load of clothes and she just had a little pile of games. This was off a lady. It's probably the wrong one, it doesn't matter though. I've got 2 copies of this. This is the first copy I picked up. Actually, I'll swap it over because it's... and I asked her if she had any games. She said, yeah, I've got some Wii stuff. And it took her a while to dig it out of the boot. I think she got after getting a mate to help her. Really disorganised. Anyway, the mate ends up finding these Wii titles, passes the year over, and they're all like family party and all that kind of shit. I was like, oh, don't worry about it. And as I was about to go, she said, oh, I found some more. And I seen this red case, I thought, I'm having that. Picked it up, no disc. So, for fuck's sake. So then, I say they had all these pile of fucking kiddie games, went through it and found this game in Wii Fit of all games. And that is Super Mario Bros. How much do you want for it? Well, I don't know, make me an offer. £1. And she just looks at me like gormless. And I'm thinking, okay, obviously £1's not enough. She's not saying how much she wants for it. So I say, 150. So I've got change. So I go, oh, go on then. So 150. Still nice fodder to spin round. And then the last of the sort of fodder is this pile here. Now, I think this is all of it. That one game there might have been with something else. I don't think it was. I think this is all together. I mean, oh, this is why it always pays to ask. I mean, if you walk past this stall when they was setting stuff up, wouldn't even think they had any games. It was just all clothes, all women's clothes and baby clothes. And I don't know what possessed me. Husband and wife, you know, probably my age, maybe a bit younger. And I think it might have been him. I just sort of, you know, again, you try and gauge who's got what. It doesn't always work. Honestly, it's not a fucking science to it at all. And I just was like, looked, you know, they as I looked at them, they caught my eye, so I felt obliged to ask, because otherwise I would have just breezed past it. And they were like, morning. I said, morning. And they said, what are you after? And I sort of said, oh, I said, I don't suppose there's any gaming stuff in this, like, you know, Wii, DS or anything older. And she went, yeah, we've got some Wii and DS stuff. Fucking hell. You know, you just wouldn't have thought it. So the bloke's digging around in the car, fair play to him. Pulled out a box, finally, and it's got some nice games in there. So I started picking through them all. Another schoolboy error, but to be honest, for the price I paid and what I've got here, it offsets it anyway. I paid, I think it's a tenner. I think she wanted 12 quid for this and I paid her a tenner, which is still worth it. So all Wii and DS. So first up is Super Mario 64 DS. So obviously they had the DS. This is the American one. I was like, oh fuck it. And as obviously I opened it and it was empty. It was empty anyway. I was like, oh, balls. And the guy had the DS and he had the Wii console as well. And he just went weird. He goes, oh, I'll put these ones back. I went, oh, let's just have a quick look at the DS console. Popped it open and sure enough, in the back was actually Mario Kart 64. And it is the Euro version. So I just need to get I might even have an empty case for that. So that was like included. The rest of them then I thought I checked, but I clearly didn't. Another Wii Sports Resort, cardboard. Nice copy of New Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Galaxy. I think this one was from them. I can't remember. I think it was. And then a nice condition box Mario Kart Wii. And you know what? Mario Kart's not in it. It's in the fucking Wii, isn't it? It's got to be, because obviously the guy sort of said, "Oh, put the consoles back." But it is all bagged up. I don't think it's ever been opened. It's not the end of the world. So I say, yeah, I got all that was about, I think it was a tenner. She only 12 quid. She said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 games. She said 12. I said, oh, well, about 10. And I said, you've paid for half, you know, because I think they had 2 tables. She was like, fine. So less Mario Kart, take that out of the equation, which is a shame. So all of this fodder, and I'll show you. We'll stack it, rack them, stack them, and pack them, boys. $15, 16 items, I think, should come up to. That's 120 quid trading. I'm sure it's 16 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, yeah, 15 items, 120 quid credit. That's why we go booting. And the thing with me is that there's stuff from CX that I actually do want, so it will be spent, as you hopefully may have seen in the previous video. I have a tendency not to buy the stuff that I go out to buy. But nonetheless, what did I spend? I don't know. You guys can add it up. 25 quid maybe, something like that. Not even that, I don't think. £100 on top. There's not a massive amount, but it's just it was just a nice haul day. From a lady, £3. It was a lady that I got South Park from, but it was different. I went back again, and this was there in the box, and I said, "How much is this?" She went, "Oh, £3 quid." So for £3, I got a Game Boy, nice sort of grape watermelon Game Boy Colour with Pokemon in the back. Nice and clean contacts. I mean, the actual thing needs to clean itself, but £3 quid. I mean, I haven't tested it. These things are nigh on indestructible anyway, so yeah, we'll have that. We'll have that all day long. From my house clearance, mate. Right, my mate Ryan found me this. Them that have been to the booters before, no, you get these guys. Literally, it's just boxes of shit comes out. And ordinarily, I don't usually. I say I don't usually. Depends what mood I'm in. I can be in the mood to go scrabbling and digging around. This is literally the last one we were going. And I don't know what it was. I just asked the guy, I know him anyway, Mick. So I said, "Oh, have you got any gaming stuff?" He went, "Well, just what's out here, really." I was like, "Oh, okay." And Ryan, fair play to him, man. He just was looking at this. I think he was looking at like a wrestling figure or something. And he opened up like an old sweet jar. And he called me over, "Stu, this is any good to you?" And then it had written on the side like DS stuff. And yeah, sure enough, there's a DS in there. All the brain training shit. So it looked like it was a box full of games. So I said to Mick, "Oh, how much is this?" And I think he said something stupid like 15 quid. And I went, said, "I'm not interested in any of the games, mate." So just on the console, he went, "Oh, just give us a £5." So for £5, a very nice condition. DS Lite, you've all seen DS Lite, but it is in really nice condition. It looks to be like a granny's one, because as I say, it's all just brain training games. I'm not going to show you yet, but it does come with a charger as well. So £5, what's that, 18 quid or whatever in CEX? So I haven't even added that to the fodder pile, so that's even more. Yeah, it's like fucking 26 quid or whatever, 136 quid trading. That is all. Yeah, that's all the sort of gaming. Fucking sweat's pissing at me. That's all the sort of gaming stuff. Other than one last little pile, which I'll do after this. This little one. I thought I might hit the jackpot here. Well, it wasn't to be. God, it wasn't at the start. It wasn't at the end. It was like in the middle-ish. This chap setting up, and it was a box of Wii stuff, you know, like the fucking plastic bat shit and all that landfill crap. It was all on top, and I just started looking through the box, and underneath it I then sort of saw a corner of this controller, and I was like, "Oh, how much is this? Have you got any more stuff?" He went, "Oh yeah, the whole thing's in there." And so what's the corner of the item, the said item that I saw was a Dreamcast controller. So I saw the sort of the edge there, and I thought I knew straight away what that was. So I pulled it out. And as I was looking, I said, "Oh, have you got any more gaming stuff?" He went, "Yeah, the actual Dreamcast's in there." And buried at the bottom is a Dreamcast with the RF. You've seen all this looking otherwise on the hookup. It's not too bad. It's not too yellow. I think it just needs a clean. And then he said, "Oh, I've got a box of games somewhere as well." Hence why I thought I've hit the jackpot here. I said, "Okay, yeah, definitely interested in them." And as I was looking through this box, at the bottom of the box, there was a PlayStation. Just, you know, another fucking PlayStation. But it has got a nice first party red, orange controller, memory card. got again all the hookups and shit. I'm not going to show you all that crap you've seen all that before. So I said to him, how much is the Dreamcast? He went, £5. I said, how much is the PlayStation? He went, oh, you can have both for £8. I do one of the PlayStation. I said, do £7. He went, fine. So basically I've got a PlayStation 1 for £2. You can't moan at that, can you? Even I'm going to buy that. He then finds a box of games and I'm thinking, oh, come on, come on. And there were none. I think Lewis might have bought them all one of the weeks that I weren't there, because he said, oh, I had a box full of them. And I was selling them up over 50p or £1 each. So at some point there will probably be a video from Lewis, who's got a massive Dreamcast hoard from the booter. I mean, maybe the guy hadn't taken the console at that point, he was probably just selling the games off. But there's fuck all left in the box, game-wise. Yeah, so that was quite nice. That was a quite nice little find. I'll come back to Dreamcast in a minute, because there's another story, the last pickup, which was the first one. Literally, I say 2 rows in. Fucking 5:45 in the morning, pitch fucking black. Black as your ass. Yeah, and again, Lewis has probably done alright out of that. Well, I know he has. But anyway, back to me. I fucking talk about Lewis in this video all the time. Sometimes I do this, sometimes I don't. Depends how much money I've got, what's coming in, what cars are coming in. Like I say, it started off, you know, thick and fast, and it literally, the cars just died off coming in. So I dropped back a couple of rows, and I'm glad I did. And I went to this old boy's stall. The usual shit, I've mentioned it before, you know, you get the fucking brass coal shovels, and he's got fucking bits of furniture. It looks like there's next to nought on there that any sort of non-old person would be interested in. But on the floor, there was just like satchel, and I could just sort of see a corner of a PlayStation 3 game. So I thought, oh, PlayStation 3 games in that. Didn't see him before. Like I say, it's just like a little tiny satchel bag. And I started looking through it. Again, I'm not too up on, and I mentioned this before, unless I really know what stuff's worth, like Modern Warfare 2. A lot of the last gen stuff I'm trying to steer clear of, because I don't think there's a great deal of value in it, especially not PS3 and Xbox 360. And I sort of looked through them, I was like, oh. I just said to him, how much of the games? He went, oh, they're all 50p in that one, mate. I was like, okay, fine. Nothing in there. Back to walk away. He goes, oh, all the ones in that box down there, 50p as well. And I looked over the box, and there was 1 or 2, again, PS3 games. And then I can't remember which game it was in here. It caught my eye, and I was like, they're fucking 8-bit. They're 8-bit micro games. And he literally had like old fucking railway magazines and stuff like that in this box as well. And as I started digging in this box, I just started pulling out more and more games. So in the end, I've got like, I don't know, I think it's like fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 650. So to call it a 5 was like fine. 5 was worth. All Amstrad, CPC 464. Never bought a fucking Amstrad game in my life. I've had a quick squiz online, just as you do, because I'd say Amstrad's pretty alien to me, to be honest. There's a couple of nice little titles in there. One really that might be the gem. I don't know. I'm not going to spend too long on these. A couple of Microprose ones here. F-15 Strike Eagle Combat Flight Simulator. So you can see they're all Amstrad tapes. All tapes. Airborne Ranger. All in pretty good condition. Silent Service. Battle Stations. Driller. Remember Driller. Flight Ace. We've got Shockwave Rider by FTL. Couldn't find that online. That's a weird one. This one's a couple of quid. Stir Crazy featuring Bobo. Crete 1941. Fucking, I don't know. There's a lot of the games. There's disc versions of these. And then probably the pick of the, actually not that one. WrestleMania. Again, all Amstrad games. Then the pick of the bunch, the 3 here. So the first off, which I don't know, the sold listing on this was like a tenner or something, and there's people are asking a lot more because I think they call it the big box version. I don't know. Amstrad collectors, educate me. because there is a vast difference between the Commodore, the Amstrad and the Spectrum versions of all of these games. And I know it's a sought after title on any system really. It's Rainbow Island. Rainbow Islands even. The box is in alright condition. I'll tell you the story about these afterwards. It is missing the old Ocean baggie, unfortunately, but it's just an Ocean bag. You can get that from any old game. WF got one. No, see, WF hasn't got the baggie either. Yeah, so quite a nice, you know, condition-wise, these are not bad at all. Quite honest. One that I've seen, the Hit Squad version, we went for stupid money, like 40 quid. I think I'm more beer. So I don't know if it's just an anomaly. I've seen one version of this and they call it the Spanish version. So I don't know if that means that, I don't know, because I couldn't see one that sort of said English either. Now whether this makes this more sought after, rare or whatever, I do not know. Educate me. But it is Navy Moves. I think it's is it the sequel, the prequel to Army Moves? But it's all there. I don't know. You know, it's got like a game sheet in it as well and stuff. So the Hit Squad version of this is daft money. Now again, I couldn't really find a version of this because it just kept saying Spanish version, whereas this one is instructions in English, French and German. So whether or not this is any more rare, I say I couldn't really see a copy of this in that style of case. I mean, I'll have to have another proper look. I wasn't going hardcore, I was just dropping them in there just in case anything pinged up. You know, all people that go boot and do this, trust me, no one can know everything. You can have a good idea, you can have a good inkling, you can't know everything. And some of them games don't even appear on eBay. I can't remember which one it was. There's one or two that didn't even appear. Now this one does, and that it has sold basically as well. Same software house as Navy Moves, which is Dynamic. So I don't know who Dynamic are. I don't know if they're a French publisher or Spanish or whatever. I think it's Spanish because again, this one is referred to as Spanish version and stuff like that. And it seems quite an obscure one. Don't know anything about it, and it is called Narco Police. And it is the Sam Amstrad CPC. But now, whether or not it is on the Spectrum and the Amstrad, there's no Commodore screenshots there. And I don't know if it's just what people have paid, as in, you know, they didn't know any better, but I'm sure I've seen one that sold for like 40 odd quid, which is fucking insanity. Again, I think about it's a Spanish version. Now whether or not the Spanish version is the rare one and this English one is to a penny, I don't know. I didn't see any other ones really for sale. I'll have to have a proper decent look. But yeah, not a bad little stack of games, little Amstrad games there for £5. And the guy said to me when I paid him, the cheeky bastard, an old boy, he went, it's amazing what you find in the skip, isn't it? I was like, what? Because yeah, I pulled them out of skip next to where I was working. Some guy was just chucking them all in there. He goes, I had box for it. He goes, them two boxes you see, which was the PS3 games and this stuff. Because it is all in the skip. Fair play to him, man. Fair play to him. Skip fodder. Right, the last item, the last bundle, last haul. Fucking hell. 37.9, this is fucking stupid now. It's 38 degrees on the 2nd of September. It's fucking madness. Right, so this is the first stuff I bought. And I say it was pitch black. Black as your tits, mate. Black as your arse. Black as your hat. couldn't see anything. But a guy was there, and he had a little head torch on, like a miner's torch. And they were Ryan, and we're like can't see anything, just what his torch was picking up. And he had like sacks of like soft toys, like plushes. And we just stood there chatting. And I sort of said to him, I goes, God, he's got a lot of soft, you know, a lot of plushes in that van sort of thing. And he must have overheard us. And it's weird because I didn't even ask him this. So I don't know why he did this. And I don't know if he recognised me from before, you know, when I've asked or whatever. But I don't recall seeing him. I don't ever recall asking him. So we've seen all these things. He overheard us, and so I said, oh, and he goes, oh, they're all TYs, like the Beanie Babies. Oh, bloody, that's a lot of teddies. And he went, hang on a second. He goes, all the gaming stuff's in here. I was like, oh, okay. This is fucking telepathic. Because I just thought he was just selling, you know, plushes, because people do that. And then proceeds, again, because it's dark, and this is how his torch is put, as he pulls out all these big, I mean, literally like fucking postal sacks full of Beanie soft toys, and there's all these crates, and he starts pulling these crates out, and it's all full of gaming stuff. At this point I'm starting to panic a little bit, because you know, he's like literally the second row in, and I'm thinking, if the wrong people turn up now, I'm going to be fucking scuppered here. Because the guy's really nice as well, he's really helpful, probably talks too much, because I was asking him about games and he'd get sidetracked. And I'm just thinking to myself, if the wrong people turn up here, I'm going to lose out. And touch wood, they didn't, you know, obviously clearly they didn't. So he's digging away, and he pulls out, I say, one of these tote tubs, all black, you can't see in it, and it's full of gaming consoles. And he was honest, you know, he was straight up, nice, like I said, really nice guy. He goes, oh, I work for the air ambulance. He goes, I go up and down the country, I've got 780 stores, I'll go and collect all this stuff and obviously sell it and then give them the proceeds. So I don't know if that is a play, but the shit he had, you know, and I say he was nice enough, genuine enough, there's no reason not to. So he starts pulling out all these consoles. I'm asking rough prices, 10 quid, 15 quid, yada yada yada. So there's two I say, how much are these two? He goes, they're £15 each. He goes, oh, I'll have them. He pulls out other ones, he pulls out a Mega Drive, pulls out a Dreamcast. I'm sure he said £10. He might have said 15, I don't recall. Or might have not even bothered, because I don't need any more Mega Drives. And when he was sort of saying £15 on them, I thought, well, I'm not paying £15 for a Mega Drive, I'm not really paying £15 for a Dreamcast, because I don't know if it fucking works. Especially the laser. Yeah, you can tweak it and I can do the pots, but they may have been cheaper. I didn't ask him. He had multiples of the Dreamcast and he had multiples of the Mega Drives. He only had one of each of these consoles. So for 30 quid, which is what I paid, but there's other stuff as well. Again, nothing. I paid this last week, the other week for one, didn't I? Which is N64. And, you know, I've no reason to not believe that he got these from Championships. They're all bagged up. Yeah, everything was nicely bagged up. There's no expansion pack, and it's just a jump pack. So that's 15. I mean, that's not a bad price. You could, you know, 40 odd quid, 45 quid at the show, depending. And Sega Saturn Model 2 seems all right. I can't, you know, I mean, without testing it, I'm sure we might have said he tested them. That carboot, you don't fucking know, do you? So we've got the old Saturn, and again, because it's pitch fucking black, I didn't realise. I didn't mean that it's what comes with all the hookups. But actually, I didn't realise until I got home today. There's actually two controllers. There's actually two Mark II controllers in there. The nice smaller ones. So at £15, I'm like, yeah, I'm a player. I'll take them. And as I'm chatting to him, he's a really nice guy. Ryan bought a few bits off him as well. And he said, oh, I've got some of the game stuff as well. I've got some games for each one. I was like, great. And obviously at this point now, I'm thinking, please, not the fault. I don't want fucking Lurch to turn up or anybody else. And he didn't. So, I think because I bought Saturn, he was only showing me the Saturn games. And he was going through them, I was just like putting that, I made a little pile. So the first pile I got was that. Hang on. And that, wasn't it? Yes. That was that. Right. So I've got them 2 consoles and this little pile here, which includes, for the Saturn, Clockwork Knight, which is discs needs a clean, it needs gluing, but it's all there. It's got all the manual, everything out. The disc definitely needs a buff, but it is all there. I'm going to show you, and obviously the back just needs gluing down again, which is the fucking curse of the Saturn. 2 really nice ones. When he's pulling these ones out of place, I was thinking to myself, please pull out the 3rd one. He didn't. Panzer Dragoon and Dragoon Zwei. These are both complete. A few little nicks and knocks on the disc, you know, not like beaten to fuck or anything like that, but you know, if they really wanted to, you could probably get them cleaned. I think they'd play anyway. And a very nice copy of Outrun. And it is complete. Obviously I've got this, but I thought I'm not leaving that there. I'm not leaving them games there. And I said how much for the lot, and he went 35 quid. I was like, because I was expecting these to be like a tenner or 15 quid or whatever, and he went £35. I was like, yeah, done. Paid him £35. I say, you've got to remember, it is fucking pitch black, other than his little fucking torch in his head. So when he sort of said £35 for the game stuff, I'm thinking, I wonder what the rest of the games are. How much are the rest of the games then? When he starts pulling out some more Mega Drive stuff and some N64, there wasn't a lot of N64 games. So I started putting together another little pile. So I said that was separate actually. So I bought these ones. So I said, how much do you want for this game? And I think he said like £1.50 or something stupid. And I picked up a few of the Mega Drive games. What do you want for the lot of that? He got £5. I said fine. I'm quite happy with £5. So for an additional £5, got Mario 64. These are all box complete. Aladdin, nice condition. Super Smash TV, nice condition. Mercs, nice condition. They're not amazing games. You know, there wasn't anything. Outrun was the best one, which is why I nabbed that first. But then when I realised they were like a pound, £2 a game, I'm like, I'm going to fill my boots here. So they were a £5, and then he had this other little bag that had like PlayStation 1 games in there. There was nothing on the PlayStation 1 that was amazing, other than this game here, some PlayStation 2 stuff. And obviously the sun was starting to come up a little bit then, and I said, how much is this one? And I'm sure he said £1. It's £1, it was £1.50, and I'm like, yeah, I'll have it. So nice platinum version of Metal Gear Solid. All complete. So I was like, fucking have it. Done. So I spent a bit of money. So the story with the Dreamcasters and stuff like that, obviously my mate Ryan saying to me, we ain't going to buy it all then still. Obviously I've got limited funds, and at this point, when he's talking about these other games, I don't know how much stuff is, so I don't want to start making a big massive pile and he goes, oh yeah, it's 300 quid or something stupid. Equally, I don't want to go and blow all my fucking money on, and, you know, he had other like Mega Drive games, but it was stuff like Sonic 1, Sonic 2, a few sports titles, like Miss Pac-Man. They're nice games, but if at that point he was charging £3, £4 a game, all my money's going to be spent on games that I don't really need. Is there a great deal of value in them? Not really, not that much. Be lumbered with them. Same with the Dreamcast consoles. I didn't really want to be lumbered with a big pile of like hardware, because I've got plenty of hardware, and it's just fucking trying to get that moved on, and that's difficult enough, because I don't need fucking 8 fucking Dreamcasts and 10 fucking N64s. Hence why I was just a little bit more reserved. But subsequently later on, when Lewis turned up, I think Lewis cleaned him out. I think £5 a Dreamcast, £5 a Mega Drive and stuff like that. So Lewis, like I say, ultimately at the end, Lewis did quite well from him. I think he scooped up all the Mega Drive titles as well. So I think I spoke about this before. Sometimes getting there early, you know, being the early bird, it does pay off. But equally, sometimes it doesn't. It does work against you in terms of what people are expecting. You know, oh, we've only just turned up and I can't sell it for that cheap. Yet you come a couple of hours later, stuff still hasn't moved on. They don't really want to take it home. They're willing to off it. So, you know, you've got to swings and roundabouts. I'm really happy with what I've got here. Like I say, unfortunately, nothing that I want to keep, nothing I need to keep. I may check a few of the Mega Drive games, see if they're upgrades, and that's about it. But yeah, you know, all in all, not bad, and some nice CX credit. That's it. I'm going to stop sweating, try and cool down a bit. It's gone down to 35 degrees. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.